Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 19, Austin, episodes. We're going to do 8 to 12 because this coming Thursday is decision day, and I actually skipped a week last week, but that's okay because last week's episode was kind of boring a little bit, at least to me, but hopefully everybody's caught up. I'm ready for decision day this Thursday, and you know what? I might go live this weekend just to be on top of the decision day and reunion shenanigans. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share here on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever group you're in. Share the video so people who don't have Peacock can see what's going on, different, outlooks of different reactors that's doing the Married at First Sight series. Been doing the Married at First Sight since season 1 with Millennial. Sometimes she can join, depends on her work schedule. She just hasn't been able to lately. But hey, I'm holding down the channel. Happy you're here. If you have subscribed already, thank you so much. If you are new to subscribing, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Everyone in the bushes and everybody that's watching in general, I truly do appreciate you, and I read all the comments, whether you're live or on the replay. So again, please consider subscribing. All right. So let me just do a quick little rundown. By now, we should know who the couples are, but just in case you don't, or still, just watching occasionally or just taking reactors, it's Jayln and Josh, Rhonda and Pat, Meghann and Derreck, Belynda and Chad, Brittany and Will. All right. So let me go ahead and get started. So it's the episodes are the month anniversaries and the couples retreat. So let me start with Meghann and Derreck. First of all, Meghann and Derreck, first couple in Married at First Sight history, found out they are preggo. Okay. See, Meghann, to me, has given the RBF phase, like she's maybe like a little too good for what's going on. But to me, everyone that's come on here, especially if you have that I'm too good for you, have always had a little something going in the background. And if you come on Married at First Sight, you're not too good, okay? Because that's why you're on here. All right, but they're pregnant, so which means they have been doing the do since Jump Street. All the stress, all the strife that Meghan's given Derreck. I am pregnant. I'm not surprised. I don't know if any of you are surprised, but to me, I mean, she got pregnant literally to a stranger on her honeymoon. Anyway, so they are at least 10 weeks pregnant. Well, no, she's about 6 weeks. They're going to start telling people at 10 weeks. So I guess we'll just find out. One thing that's interesting to me is that Meghann, when she did finally tell her parents later on in the episodes, that she said she was due November 27th through December 3rd. So that was last year, which means if she was able to carry a healthy baby to term, which I hope she did, that baby is already going to be a year old. So maybe by the reunion this Thursday, we'll know if it's a little bouncy baby boy, girl, twins, or whatever. Okay, but anyways, that's them. So the couples are headed to the couples retreat, and Meghann and Derreck actually get there first. And so they do things like they're doing like fake toilet paper and putting like little noise makers of like cat sounds in people's rooms. And, it's working because, they're like, gosh, did you hear that? No, I didn't hear anything. So they're the pranksters of the group. Rhonda and Pat, excuse me, Rhonda has a prearranged outing. There goes my light. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. That would be me, my own production. Then spin the block on me. Oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if it'll stay right here. Okay. Nope. That's not it. 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 Stay up there now. Stay up there now. Okay. We got it. I'm a little bright, but hey, I got the light. Anyway, so Rhonda and Pat aren't at the couples retreat because she's got a prearranged couples weekend. And so, not couples weekend, a family retreat that she does annually with her family. So they didn't make it. And then Rhonda had the nerve to be upset yet again. Hello, Cynthia and Buddy Dog. Hello. Rhonda has the nerve to be upset because Pat didn't tell her that he got tickets for them for their month anniversaries. I'm like, what? Why would you be upset? You're on the couples retreat. She's like, you didn't coordinate my calendar. I'm like, is she always nitpicking at everything? Everything, Rhonda? I mean, okay, so you had a pre-planned family gathering, but you also got married at first sight. So, you couldn't go out on a date night for a little bit in the evening or something. Anyways, Rhonda really gets on my nerves for real. Like every time she comes on the screen, I literally roll my eyes, blow my breath, and be like, here we go, right? So anyways, Rhonda's going through it as usual. Hello, Glitter Girl. Going through it as usual. And, it's hard for me to say what's going on with Rhonda because she has this still all about me mentality. You're married now. And especially when you come on the show, when you marry a stranger, you have to be flexible. Hello, what happened to flexibility with people on the show, especially some of you don't know? Pat can't say anything without Rhonda going, oh my God, you're not listening to me. And she breaks down, right? So in the month anniversaries, Rhonda takes Pat to the gravesite of her father. And it was his anniversary of his death. And so she's having a moment. And then when they leave, I guess she's looking for him. And he passed away 40 years ago. But true, it doesn't matter how long someone passed away. Grief is grief, right? And so when they're leaving, Pat, I don't know if in my mind, he's listening to Rhonda, but at the same time, he's not trying to keep her really in that grief. He's trying to gently change the subject. And here's something else that Rhonda is not taking into account too. Pat lost his father just a few years ago, like maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? So she's not taking accountability how he's feeling either. Maybe he's processing his grief too. And, it's happening away with him. But Pat is not someone who really speaks up to Rhonda because you can't. Because Rhonda is just like, a barking dog. Every time you say that, it's like, oh, lady. Okay, for one moment, give it a rest. So, Rhonda's like, you're not listening to me. Pat pulls off to the side of the road and she's like, oh, why'd you stop? Well, he pulls in some parking lot. Why'd you stop? Like, what's going on with you? Are you kidding? She's always so enveloped in what she's feeling. Hey, Sharon, that she can't even notice any emotions or any communication that Pat is trying to have with her. She's very exhausting. She's exhausting to watch. And I was rooting for them because they're the oldest couple on here. And we haven't seen that on Married at First Sight if you follow the show. But she's exhausting. Like Rhonda, to me, whether they decide to stay married, I don't know, or whether they make it down the line. Yeah, she's probably the most realest one on here, but they don't need to be together. They don't fall under two birds of a feather flock together. They fall under henpecked. Okay, and Rhonda's cackling, how her rooster sound, whatever rooster sound make, that's what she's doing. I may have sounded like I don't know what, but I was trying to sound like Rhonda. Okay, you ready backstage? All right. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
You like that?
I know. Oh, it's like a rooster.
That's Rhonda henpecking Pat every time he opened his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of
Oh,
her.
Pat. Oh, Pat.
You know, it's like what it's like. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say it at all. I have to review the show, so I have to say something about Rhonda because she really, really, really. Kevin Gates really, really gets on my nerves.
Not Kevin Gates, really, really.
That's my song too. Really, I'm not really sorry. That is my jam. Okay, that's my kids. Repeat. But yes, Sharon, Rhonda's kid says she was a lot. She is. It's okay. I understand she's a free spirit, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Any cliche here
How you doing, Sharon?
is Rhonda. So, anyways, then I'm talking about the month anniversaries real quick, and then
Right.
then we get Will and Brittany. They're constantly on the opposite page. This is another one, but see, they get on my nerves too, but not like Rhonda and Pat. They get on a different way because they're too young, and we root for love anyways, but we specifically root for Black love because we don't get to see that sprinkling on Married at First Sight too often, right? So I'm just like, I never saw chemistry with Brittany and Will. I said from like the meet the couples before I even saw a first episode that it gave like homie vibes, like I'm your friend, not homie lover friend, just homie friend. That's it.
My
And
thing is, dude, he dating Black women. Or like, I'm just confused. Like, I mean, I know you got a type, but
mm-hmm,
like, I mean, she not bad to look at. So I'm kind of like, I get it if he was just turned off immediately by her overthinking,
uh-huh.
because it could be some trauma that he done went through with a woman before, and it
Mm.
just was just like, oh, here we go.
He said,
Like, so I just don't get it. But I knew he, I just continue. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Normally, well, I'm not gonna say that. He don't give me straddling the fence vibe, but she definitely gives me. She is carrying baggage from childhood. I said that from the beginning. Like to me, like when I first met her, when I first heard her talk, I'm like, why is she putting down her family? Like, oh yeah, my sister this, and they want me to be like this, and my mom's probably crying. No, are you kidding? So she carried and what's coming through her pores to me, her self-esteem is on the floor. She don't feel confident about herself because if you did, you wouldn't have to question every time he said something to you. You would already know your value. You know what I mean? Like you'd be like, well, that's on him then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can see why that's a turnoff for him. Like you question everything I say. Now, granted, he is giving open-ended things, but if that's how he responds, that's how he responds. You know what I mean? You can't control how
But I
somebody
don't
feels.
like how him and his mom just, well, that's just how Will is. No, no,
Mhm.
Will, you got to overthinker. First of all, you got a woman. You know certain things as a man that you say you can't say to your woman. You got to say it a certain way. And
Yeah.
around this time, you've been around her for weeks and weeks and weeks. So she's been the same person. I could give her that through and through. Overthinker, love a girl. Give it to her. She ain't
Yeah.
switched up, not one time. But at this point, you just trying to make her overthink. Every time, every time you compliment her, it's a backhand compliment. Or you say something nice, you just gotta end it with something negative. Like, yeah, we're having a good day, even though it was a bunch of terrible days. Like, stop. We just didn't stop it. We was having a good day. Leave it right there. Don't say nothing else. Not with her. Now she can't take it, Will.
No, she can't take it, but he can't be responsible for what she can and can't take. He's starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
He can't be responsible for that. You have to be responsible for your own self, your actions, and your feelings. But now that he knows that, I think maybe he has, especially when he came home from the work trips, he's intentionally like, not giving her affection. No, I mean, she's like batting her eyes, looking for it. Her lips are up and she wants a hug. He sees the cues. He's not doing it, which gives the impression like maybe I'm not into you. I'm just here for the show or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but she should have known that he wasn't. She should have went with. Yeah, she don't trust her gut because you know it. Like all them breakdowns she had, she said every time, "I don't think you really like me." There it is. You feel it. You feel it. It's the truth. Don't. You're not overthinking that one. You got it. That's
Right,
your gut. Listen to your gut.
right. The Jasmine show said they would have never met in the real world. I agree.
No, because they don't go to the same place. They don't go to the same places.
Anybody on this show right now, none of them would have met in the real world. And especially, let's roll into Jayln and Josh. Absolutely not. They listen. Josh and not on this level, but I can see Josh and Will running in the same circles. They give me that, you know, the type of friend vibe, hangout, bar scene kind of thing. But Jayln and Josh, you know, the leading couple, you know, who had the nerve to rank couples. Now rank yourself now. Where you at? Y'all have fell all the way to the bottom. The falling
That's
stars
couple.
fell
That's
down.
that's couple suicide. That's couple suicide in real life. Like real life. When you start comparing and thinking, yo, you and your relationship better than somebody else's, yeah, that's when you know, yo, I'm looking to make sure that I ain't the only toe up person out here. Oh, they both toe up to nothing. See, baby, we all right. No,
Mm.
I knew it.
Jasmine,
Just
go ahead. I'm
mhm.
sorry. Go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say I knew it that it's every married at first sight. We got that couple that start off super strong. You're
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, they in sync, everything. Then it turns out, oh, they ain't really in sync. Oh, they was in lust. Oh no.
lust. Absolutely. No, I was gonna say the Jasmine show says I think Will did like her, but is draining emotionally being with her. And then also says Josh and Jayln have nothing in common. You know, for her to say, you know, I'm just not gonna go to no festivals. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. When he took a suggestion of yours to take you skydiving, are you kidding, Jayln? You wouldn't even try it one
Mm-mm.
time.
Mm-mm.
She she was firm on no. I'm like, so you're not gonna compromise, huh? On
I'm a
nothing?
compro. I will go to a festival, a music festival, but I'm not sitting in no desert for 7 days. I love my wife to death. Sit in the desert 7 days.
No, but you
They
could be
drop you.
no, that's different. That's different. She,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? You could one of his hobbies,
Yeah.
you can't try not one. I can see if you're not a camping girl, fine. He could do that with his boys. Like a music festival aren't all like a Burning Man for a week. A music festival is like, what's that? Coachella in California.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's just a long day or a long couple
yeah,
days.
yeah. You could buy 1 day ticket. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be there through the whole thing. And the reason why he probably was there was because he wasn't with nobody, he was with his boys. Right? But she's like, nope, nope. But to me, I said it in the beginning, but I still feel this way. Jayln, well, I didn't say this part. Jayln is definitely spoiled. One. Two, Jayln is trying to recreate what her parents' marriage was not. And Jayln, you can't do that because
Yeah.
that's not your fairy tale. That's your mom. And another problem I see as well is Jayln and her mother aren't mother and daughter. They're just sisters with no boundaries. They're okay. Me and
Really?
mother, we are mother and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We cool, but we will never be on that level as Jayln and her mama. She could tell me anything, but we not. You know what I'm saying? Like we once you cross that boundary and lose respect of a parental figure to just like your equal. I used to say to my kids all the time, "Did you hear this, Devontae, when you were younger, or your brothers and sisters, or anybody in the chat? Like
I ain't
I'm
one
not
of your
your
little
friend.
friends. I
I'm
do.
not your friend.
Yes, I'm black. You know, I heard that.
I'm not your friend." Now, as we get older, we get friendly, but I'm still not your friend. Hello. So there's a boundary you just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can
So what's the bound? Well, what do you think the boundary is? Like, how
because
did you
because
like?
see the way Belynda is,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, there's motorcycles right up down the street all day long.
Mm-hmm.
You hear in the background. Belynda to me also has zero self esteem too, like Brittany. But I just think that Jayln and her mom, because her parents had, you know, not the best relationship, because that's what Jayln seems to talk about a lot as well, how her parents' relationship wasn't all that. So she's more concerned about that and her mom versus her going to a festival with her husband, to me.
Hmm.
But to me, the boundary gets crossed when, like I said, you no longer see your parent as a parental figure, as someone you respect. You know what I'm saying? Like you have siblings, I have siblings. Okay, that's just my brother. Okay. Like I would tell my brother, beep, 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 but I'm not gonna say that to my parents because it's a different level of respect.
Right.
Jayln and Belynda are like to me, don't have that boundary is gone. To me. To
Yeah.
me it shows. Even the way, Belynda's like, all I have to do is ask Jayln. I could no, because me and Jayln would never. And then Jayln's like, my mom and my mom and my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like they're sisters. That's how I get it. I mean, y'all may feel different, but that line is
Yeah. I mean,
crossed.
she basically her mama. She turned into her
Exactly. Role
mama.
reversal in a way. Right. So
Yeah.
anyways, Jazz says the festival is different than Burning Man. I'm sorry. Austin has a million festivals. Right, get to go home at night. Absolutely. But Jayln and Josh, I mean, they do have a conversation later on talking about, I don't want to keep you held back. There's others. You might find your person who will compromise. See, that's it right there. If you are already thinking ahead, like what you not gonna do, period, in this relationship, can't even go forward because he likes these activities, you don't. I'm like, girl, why do you think you weren't matched on no activities? You was matched on what you said you enjoyed in a partner, life, love, going for it, right? Not who like this music that, come on.
But I mean, and then you also married. But I
Right.
feel like I feel like in this like dating generation,
Mm-hmm.
if you could just see by all the videos that people post on social media, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a rebellion. Like, I want to be married, but they're gonna have to do this, and I'm not gonna budge, but they're gonna do everything I want them to do, and they're gonna love me. But like, no, that's
Right.
not marriage. You're gonna have to compromise. Yes. Compromise is gonna be like, I don't really like musicals, but my wife like musicals. So I may have to see one every now and then. Or if I don't go see it, maybe I gotta watch it at home with her for the 7,000th time. And I need to learn a song by the 10th time. Like, yeah, so I don't like that. And she was all cool. But I knew it was all a lie with him when you can't give up everything. Anybody that, oh, I'm cool with that. And she was
Right.
just saying anything.
Excuse
Like,
me.
so you can go to all the festivals alone? Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool, cool. Oh, I'm so happy that you're happy that I'm not gonna go. What?
Right. Right. Yeah,
Like, what a
Sharon,
weirdo.
compromise. She refused to compromise. He's already did her spin class and already took her skydiving. And she's like, nope, I'm not doing nothing. So I was like, girl, bye. So then we got Chad and Belynda. They're slightly more on the wing of prayer, just slightly. Belynda's upset.
Chad.
Belynda's upset with Chad because Chad is upset that production's not letting them have natural conversation. He said this is BS. He's like, they're always getting in the way of, I got businesses and clients. They're getting in the way of my scheduling. I just can't drop stuff. He mad the dog in the bed. I don't care who you are. If you have a dog that big, just if you allow animals in your bed, but if you have a dog as big as you, we all can't be in the bed. You know what I'm saying? We all can't be in the bed. And Chad is uncomfortable with it. He said that to her from the beginning, and she still allows the dog to do that. So where's the respect for Chad on that part? And then Chad is not used to being in an apartment. He's not used to the noise and just all kind of things. And I get it, but Belynda feels she's being disrespected along with production because Chad has an attitude. But then Chad feels like he's not being heard because of the dog and everything else. And, they trying to get along at the anniversary, but you could cut the tension with a knife with them too.
But
And,
it's her fault though. First of all, he got mad. Yes. So his approach has been better, yes, of course. But
mhm,
it's always like that relationship. It's usually somebody that can go to 12, go to 1,000, and then your wife usually be even killed. Balance you out. You know what I mean? He
yeah,
might have went off, but he went off in your defense. He said, my wife had plans and stuff planned out, and y'all messed up all her plans. Now she got to cancel stuff. Now I got to cancel stuff. I will be upset too. You get tired of that, and you got to think he older. He older. He on a routine. So it's already thrown off on this routine. He got to go to his house if he forgets something and all this stuff. Even though he did sign up for it, I could give him that. That's the only thing I. That's my only thing against Chad. Like, dude, you signed up for it. I understand that it's an adjustment. Maybe you didn't think it was gonna be like this, but well, you ain't never been on TV before, and you ain't
Right.
never been on Married at First Sight on Peacock. So we don't know how they running things around there. You know what I mean? But for you to get upset, you
Right.
said that it was a yes. Last week it was a yes. But soon as
Affirm
he
yes
got
too.
a yeah, it was a firm yes last week. Yeah, it was cool. This is going well. Okay. If I was to say decision day today, yes, I will marry him. But soon as he get mad, I don't think I can do this. What person, what human being ain't gonna never get mad? And I get that you've been through what you've been through, but you old enough to you should know you should have went to some therapy. What made you think to go on this show? What guy you think they was gonna find you that was never gonna get upset?
Absolutely. And she again, she needs esteem as well. She's still dragging emotions from her divorce. I want to know, when did they get divorced, her and her husband? Because even Jayln, like I said, she mentions her parents' marriage as if they just got divorced like
Don't it
last
seem fresh? It seem
year.
real. Like, why she still like it would be different. Like, if you was already gone 5 plus 16 years, I don't feel like you would be crying at the drop of a dime or
Now,
just thinking about some things. Like,
look, my cry, because I had two little kids in tow 20
hmm
years ago. That's when that ended. Okay. I've been a single parent ever since. Okay. So, but everybody's different though. I don't have low self-esteem, never did. So I'm different. You know what I'm saying? You can't
yeah.
just be like, oh, my husband. You know what I'm saying? I had 3 and 7 is when
I don't
I
know. She just not. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't, care for Chad or whatever, but I think she the problem. I think Chad pretty normal. I mean, I feel like it looked like he kind of did work on himself. He be trying, but I just think he a straight shooter. Unfortunately, with somebody like her, it probably ain't gonna work. He gonna say he older, like again, he 50, he over 50. 50
he's
year
50.
olds ain't about 50-year-olds ain't about to be like, well, I'm feeling 50 year. Look, man, I'm tired of this.
Listen,
I'm
watch your
tired
mouth
of
with 50-year-olds. I'm not, that's why even when I was 30, when my kids got older, I'm not your friend.
Yeah, but like
And
I'm
now
just
at
saying,
30,
like,
I'm still not
mhm.
your friend. We friendly, but I'm still not, because I'm still like, excuse me, huh? Call me back when you feel better. Okay. That's the time I'm on. Don't call
You
me with
sound
no
like my
nonsense.
mama.
No, let me read some comments real quick. Sharon said she's done quite a few things he wanted, meaning Jayln. Sharon, you also say I'd be mad with the dog in the bed is a deal breaker. And then Cynthia, you say Belynda never look happy with Chad. Belynda just don't look happy at all. Does she? She's always had this face. She just always looks down. Jasmine Show says she was married for 30 years, so it's fresh. She's almost 50, married high school sweetheart. Okay.
Okay, but why go get married again like this? That doesn't make any sense. You looking for love? You this desperate? You this desperate? You gonna go to the show that got failure after failure after failure? How many married at first like couples is it right now? Four,
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Jazz,
four
you
or
said maybe
five?
someone else was 30 years. There's a few that was 30 years. Let me see how many there are. I don't remember. Jayln, Pat, 3, 5. Jayln, Josh, Pat and Rhonda, Will and Brittany, Megan and Derek, and
Oh, but
Belynda.
I'm talking about how many couples that's still together from this
Oh, maybe
experiment.
it's about 8. Not that many.
Eight
Less than
out of
10.
what
Less
season we on?
than 19.
8 out of 19 seasons. So if it's how many, it's been usually what, 5 couples a season.
Yeah, 5 couples a season. Yeah, that's not a big.
That's 95 people. They only got 8 people out of 95.
Eight to right, and a few have divorced and went on to other people. So yeah, about eight couples. Yep.
Exactly. You got 8 couples out of the 95 there were, whatever it is. Um, why did you come on this show? I don't understand. What was you thinking? Like, did you just want to do this with your daughter? Like, I feel like this,
I
mom,
think
I'm not gonna be able
so.
to do it with. Well, I guess I can go waste a couple of more
Yeah,
years of my life, and
but don't you remember
this.
that though? In the very beginning, when they were first picked, like episode 1 or something, um, Pastor Cal said to Jayln, "Hey, we chose you for the show," and then Jayln was talking to her mom on the phone. She's like, "Oh, well, my mom is single too," and Pastor Cal was like, "Oh, does your mom want to be on the show?" That's how they got him on the show. I'm like,
How
that's
you
how we
both
doing things.
see? I mean, again,
Don't
Pastor
sign me
Cal. I
up.
told you, I just want to have an interview with Pastor Cal. Like, Pastor Cal, how do you feel as a pastor? You keep on ruining people left and right. You and Dr.
Well,
Pepper, because you
I'm not
can't
gonna
blame
say
Dr. You can't blame them all the way, but your picker is off, sir. Your picker is off. Y'all need to get some people that y'all need to get some younger people in there. And when I say younger, I mean 30 to 40. Okay. People that know about dating apps. Pastor Cal, you don't know how to work no dating app, probably. Dr. Pepper, we don't even got to talk about you because we know you thought driving Miss Daisy was a love story. So you
right.
already out, out of it. Dr. P may know something, but still, she the only one. Y'all need somebody to tell y'all be like, quit putting people together because they black
Yeah. Cynthia
and
says,
quit. The opposites attract. Don't that is not a thing all the time. Sometimes the same and the same work. Sometimes,
sometimes.
sometimes, yeah. Quit trying to opposite attract. That was the old dating logic.
Cynthia says, I don't think any of these couples will survive. Even the couples say yes. Like I said, I don't know because not into the spoilers. And it's on Thursday. The decision day and reunion is this Thursday, and I probably will come live probably Sunday. I'll do it early because I know the following week is Thanksgiving week. Some of y'all may be taking trips or have family in town, so I don't want to interfere with that. But yeah, I would love to know who stayed with who. But anyways, what do you think about that game at the month anniversary? First of all, the month anniversaries, maybe because we're seeing everything so compact, they was boring. We've seen better month anniversary retreats. They didn't do anything. They played pickleball. Will and Brittany got mad with Megan and Derreck at the pickleball. Uh,
Yeah, that's because Brittany don't know. She another one, just don't know how to read the room. Why you always making everything, every conversation ain't got to be serious. Like,
true.
quit trying, you make everything serious. Be like, how y'all doing? Man, we doing all right. We're just doing all right. Girl, said we
Right.
doing
So she,
all right. That ain't bad. That ain't negative. We all right. What you want us to say? What you want me to sit here and lie and say we is in love and this was the one for me? What you want me to do? Because then you gonna be mad that I ain't authentic. Like, lady,
pick
go
the
get your
struggle.
medicine. Go get your medicine. Go get it now.
Struggle. Pick the struggle. Then they played the game later in the evening, and they tried to have they had dinner or whatever. Then they tried to play the game after Brittany cried, and because her and Will
Or
were on the
she
same page,
like
and
she would get on my nerves. Like I would see this why they needed another black couple on this show. They need another one to bounce off. Girl, you just needed that one girl. Look, girl, you gonna lose your man, all that crying. Ain't nobody trying to deal with all that. Like, yeah, you fine, you look good, you got you a good job. But let's be real, he got him a career. He don't really need you to keep on dealing with this.
to be honest, well, we're being honest, but the same, just to be in general, just to phrase
Right.
it, I think the connection was over when she said how she felt at the honeymoon. It's hard to bounce back from that, especially when you still technically don't know each other. You know how she felt like it wasn't authentic and kind of like he was doing it to do it, and maybe she wanted to feel like she was being loved. Then, like she made it. I'm not saying her feelings weren't valid, but she just didn't feel like he was into it. Something she was saying. So I think that was a turn off for him too. Like,
Cause she moving weird. Cause he probably wasn't pressing sex. And that's probably all she know. That's probably all she knows. She looks like she just get. She's like, Well, if I have sex, he'll love me. Like it's something going on. That mall ain't got a lot of shoppers in it too. Just
Something's
because it
going
got
on
some
with her.
nice, it's a nice Walmart, but ain't nothing up in that aisle.
Yeah.
Just a couple of them aisles is empty.
And then,
Tumbleweed.
right, before we move on from that to the possible decision day stuff, why was Derek and Megan so pressed that someone may think that, do you think they thought I was pregnant? Girl, please.
Why would they think you pregnant, girl? You was 3 days pregnant. You ain't even you like I'm just confused by that whole thing. You think people gonna notice I'm not drinking, girl? We ain't friends like that. I ain't. Who gonna be paying attention to you? You ain't glowing or nothing. To be
Right,
honest with you, this why I don't like this because they're irresponsible. You see, it's people like this that be playing, and then they wonder why their kids grow up be all messed up. Why would y'all bring a baby in this? Y'all ain't even here with it to bring no baby into this.
right,
Why y'all couldn't wait? I don't understand. Well, I'm older, girl. You can wait one more year. People having kids at 45, man. Like,
right.
yeah, you gonna be you already geriatric, ain't that the word? Like,
When you're over 35, it's considered a geriatric pregnancy. Yeah.
and I think she is. So it's just like, what's the rush? And I feel like she really only got pregnant because her mama kept bugging her. Why would you have a baby because your mama kept bugging you? Your mama kept bugging you about being pregnant. And then when you told your mama, she was not like, if I told my mama my wife was pregnant, I'm planning stuff, going crazy, probably crying. She, well, we're happy like that, but you ain't even you on it. That's
Right,
terrible.
right. Well,
Like
that's
that
rolling in.
family, mm-mm. It's given.
Right.
It's given when the behind closed door therapy. Oh baby,
For sure.
oh baby, oh
Please,
baby.
for sure. Yeah, that's moving into decision day because the retreat was only 2 days and nothing really happened at the retreat. It was just like a bunch of
I feel like
couples
they
doing
was
their own thing.
lame for them pranks though. Them pranks was. I mean, it was cool, but it was stupid.
True.
And then like they hitting you with water balloons. First of all, if you pregnant, like what if somebody would have really beamed you and hit you hard and then something happened? I feel like honestly, y'all kind of should have told people just in case, especially if y'all pulling pranks, because just because your prank down here, some people's goes above
Oh
and
yeah, that's
beyond.
true. That's
And
true with the water
so
balloon
that could have
situation.
really
Yeah, that's true.
ended bad, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my only gripe with them. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, oh, I
Um,
don't like that. I think they fake too.
Cynthia says, I kind of like MAFS new format, but I think it's too fast. Wish it was at least 2 weeks longer. Plus, I miss Keisha. I
Oh,
like
she
their
not
program.
coming back?
There's no after party. Because it's on Peacock, it's on a different network. There's no after party or whatever. But I like the concept too. At first I was like, well, it's still a lot of TV for me to watch at one time, but at least we don't have to wait week to week to week to find out. Because you know how Mavs used to be, they have like dumb cliffhangers. We're like, and then we
Yeah,
get to the next episode and weren't really nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of
yeah.
like that. I like the fact that they let them talk because there's a bunch of f bombs and BS. Not that I'm saying I like all the language like that, but there's no guessing of what was cut out. Now Peacock clearly they're not cutting nothing out. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, they shouldn't for no subscription. Leave it in there.
Okay,
He said
we
what?
paid for
Leave
this.
it.
We paid for this, right? So, um, decisions of going to decision day after the retreat. So Belynda and Chad, let's start with them, are still rocky. They've had no less than 3 arguments. I don't think any phone call or any meeting with Dr. Pia changed anything. They could even sit down and have a piece of pizza without, the conversation going left. And then the conversation, the dog came up. He's like, every time I come here, he's talking about the dog barking. How you know the dog barks? How do you know? Why are you defending? First of all, dogs bark, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to infinity. Dogs hear things we can hear. They bark. So for her to be like, he don't bark, he don't have no larynx, he can't, you know what I'm saying?
How you gonna say he don't bark? You said I don't know if he be barking. How you know he not barking? I'm
Right.
just saying. Every time I walk to the room, he like what you want me to do? First
Well,
of all, and then her with the sleeping in the bed. Like, ma'am. You
Right.
got you a man now. That was single Belinda. You're married now, and you said you wanted a big man, a big man. We can't have no big dog, big man. You ain't big, but you ain't that small. It's hot.
Right. Right.
And
and,
we in Texas.
and right. Exactly. And on top of that, even Chad had said a few episodes, maybe the first episode or so, when he first met the dog, he said it's your attack dog. Like the dog is protective of Belynda. You know when dogs become protective of you,
Yeah.
they don't want you around at all. They don't care who you are. They have to like you. You know what I'm saying? So Chad is definitely not sleeping in bed. And it was also confirmed that Chad goes to his own house to sleep. So then we see Belynda as they continue to get upset. Well, she gets more upset with him. Then she's like, well, I guess I'll go home to my house. You might as well, because Chad's not there. You might as well go home and be comfortable. Right?
And see, that's the only thing. I don't know. I feel like if I would have did this show, I feel like we need to have an understanding. When we get into it, don't they usually give them two bedrooms? Let's not leave.
Yes.
Let's not leave. Like for real. Because I feel like once you start doing that, just it's just like sleeping on the couch. Like, okay, I can understand cooling off on the couch for a couple hours. But before when I wake up, you need to be sleeping next to me.
But you know what, though? For me, what I've gathered with the Married at First Sight seasons as they've gone along, yeah, to me, I've always advocated go to second bedroom too. But when
Mhm.
it gets to the point when they're going back to their own houses, that's when you know it's not working. Like you don't even want to breathe, hear them breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be there at all. That's how you know you're just going through the motions.
And why can't the producers be like, okay, they had a problem this week. Why y'all not calling all of them? Like, hey, they need an emergency counseling session to
Yeah.
get them through this rough patch. That'll
Mhm.
literally help y'all numbers because then y'all not giving them a week of not talking to each other. Now they just like, oh well, I don't want it no more. Like,
Yeah. Hmm.
so it's just like I feel like it was good to see Dr. P a call or whatever, but I'm like, why y'all can't rent them an office suite in Austin, Texas, for at least for a month or whatever how long this is, so they can always like they can all be scheduled. I feel like they all should be coming in weekly. It should be a
Yeah, for
weekly
sure.
thing. Every other Thursday,
Yeah.
every Thursday we go in, check in for 30 minutes. Like why y'all can't buy or at least rent the apartment in the building and then hey, we schedule it, meet us down at 1A, 12:30, like I feel like if you gonna be the counselors or the experts, expert.
Right. Give them direction. But you're right though, the phone call, she was there via phone call and in person, and they still had the same issue. So
Well, but
they
that's because they was lying. They lied in the process. They
yeah.
was, can we work on it? Knowing they both was mad at that moment. They both knew. Chad, I thought he was gonna cry the whole time, but maybe he was just mad because he kept
I
getting
was like, is
pinched.
that a tears he's sweating?
I
It looked
know.
like he
I
was
thought.
crying. Yeah.
I think he was a little hurt. I think she
Hmm.
did hurt his feelings because
Yeah.
I don't think he thought it was that bad. And like, I feel like she's the type of person that keep on smiling in your face, acting
Oh
like
yeah.
everything's okay, then run to her daughter. Oh my God,
She does
he's
get
doing it
sneaky like
again.
that. She
Yeah.
gets
So
sneaky
like,
like that
yeah,
to me
like
too.
threw him off. He probably was just like, I don't think we that bad. And then she was like, well, we are. Like, what?
Right. All right. Let's move to Jayln and Josh. So they go out with their combined friend group. And they're like, so hey, what do you guys like to do together? What do you guys do for fun? They're like, uh, we don't, because we don't like the same things. I'm like, does that even sound right?
You a couple, okay? You ain't gotta like the same thing. What do you and him do together that y'all like to do for fun? Why have to
Right.
just say we like going out trying new food?
I
Simple.
don't
We
even think
like
they've
we
done
like
that.
TikToks.
You know what I'm saying? Have they even gone to a restaurant or anything
No,
like that?
they went to a restaurant. Remember they went
Oh,
out to a nice little dinner and because she had on a red dress or something. I don't
oh, you know what?
know.
Let me dial it back while I'm on Jayln, Josh, and Belynda and Chad. So one of the things that Belynda got upset with Chad about was that Chad said that he talked to Josh about, like, I guess some things weren't going well in Josh and Jaylyn's relationship. She's like, so I'm gonna call Jaylyn and find out. And then apparently when they got together, Jaylyn's like, no, I saw the text, didn't read like that. You may have seen a text, but you probably weren't on the call. Because the way that Chad was feeling about things at his home and the way that Josh is probably feeling about you not liking no hobbies, they probably did have a man conversation. So Chad probably wasn't lying about that. It's just, I
What you
wouldn't put
gonna
nothing in
ask
the text.
Jayln for? He talking about Jayln. Of course you don't know.
Right. And he wouldn't be, I'm hoping he wouldn't be silly enough to put that in text where, your wife is my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's too close of a connection to be doing stuff like that. But anyways, back to Josh and Jaylyn's group. I think they felt the tension in their relationship as well. And I just didn't like the fact that she, again, like we mentioned in the beginning, that she's just so matter of fact of like not doing anything. And then Josh at the end of the evening talk about, but you know what? I want you no matter what. I'm like, you can't be this desperate, Josh. You can't be.
You lying to yourself, and eventually you're not gonna be able to lie to yourself no more, because eventually you're gonna get to the point where you don't recognize who you are anymore, because you're doing all the bending.
He's
She
already
not
struggling
bending.
with that. He's already struggling because what's his famous word? That's my community. That's my community.
Yeah,
Those
but that showed that he got some type of trauma as soon as he said that. Because first of all, sir, she said she didn't have no problem with you going, but you could not hear that she. All you heard was You heard when you heard her say, "I don't want to go." You heard that you can't go because you married. What that got to do with it? Yes, we married, but she don't control what I do. I can still do my individual thing,
that's what I was
especially
thinking
if
too.
it's respectful. What's the
Right.
problem? She don't want to go to Burning Man. I love basketball. My wife don't care about no basketball.
Mm,
She'll sit here on the couch, but don't look for her to watch nothing. Don't
yeah.
look for it.
Yeah. And you should have your own respective hobbies. You should. Like, why wouldn't you? That doesn't even
I'm
make
telling you,
sense.
these younger people, or these people that's dating now, they
Uh-huh.
think that their person is gonna like everything they like. They gonna have, if they got everything together, they gonna have it together. They think everything is gonna be a plug and play. They
Mm,
don't get it. They just don't get it. That's why a lot of these people gonna die soon. They gonna die.
mm. All right, let's move to Megan and Derek. So, like you said, Devontae, she's yeah, you just tickled me with that. She's 3 days pregnant. They already cleaning out her house. You know what? This whole time, this whole season, Derek is the only one to me that's not nuts. He's the only one who didn't drink the Kool-Aid until now. Until I understand you're gonna be a first-time father. I get it. But y'all, yes, you already moved fast, but when did they decide they was going to move in her house and then she got to get a new, you had got to get a new car already?
When did they decide? You got things.
Well,
She her mama daughter. She
that's
her
true.
mama
Well,
daughter.
she decided everything.
She decides everything.
And I'm like, you could take a little time to get things together because you do need to be past a certain timeline for it to be safe to tell people you are pregnant because there could be complications in some people early in pregnancies or whatever. Like I said, hopefully we'll find out if she had a healthy pregnancy. But I mean, they're getting new cars, they're cleaning out her house.
Right. To be talking about we cleaning out the room, ma'am.
I'm
You ain't
like,
even got a bump. Yo, your belly button ain't even popped out. Why is we cleaning out the room? Why are we picking out colors? What is we doing? I'm like slow, but that's where he's supposed to be a man that
uh,
slow. I just want to get it. I don't care what you want to do. Let's be real. A lot of people, I'm not trying to speak this on you, but a lot of people have miscarriages. You don't want to do all this stuff. And then God forbid something happen. And now you sitting here looking stupid.
just the point of like, just take your time. You're still trying to get to know each other. You have time to get certain things. I could see cleaning out the house, clean out a separate room. You could start doing that, yes. But I mean, they were like this close to getting baby clothes. I'm like, girl,
And
you just
I ain't moving into your house. No. If you
but
not put me on the deed, it's a no for me, dog.
but she did come out and say point blank, if this doesn't work, if whatever happens, like I can have this baby by myself, which you can, yes. But to me, you're already like determining that
And
it's a
she
possibility that you're going to be a single parent.
She know.
I'm like,
She
why would you think that
know.
I'm already had married at first? Why
Be-
would you think that?
because she her mama daughter. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. She been along all this time. Why? Why? Because you just like your mama. Your mama got lucky with your daddy and your daddy put up with her stuff. But you don't know what happens behind closed doors. You don't know. Your
That's
daddy probably really be checking your mama. You think your mama running the show, but you don't know. And that's what a lot of kids don't see with their parents. Oh, my mom, you don't know what's going on when them doors close. You'll be surprised.
excuse me, that's true. Jasmine Show said she wanted the donor. I she want to get pregnant first.
Desperado.
She want to be married first, right?
Desperado.
Mm. All
But
right.
why would y'all? I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, you ain't even get to meet the whole family. You only met these people. You don't even know this family. Cuckoo, Coco, and you done put a baby in her, Derek. That's irresponsible. That's
It's
irresponsible. You was
irresponsible.
this thirsty to have a baby, or you could have just had a one night stand. It's the same thing. You can still end up on child support.
It's irresponsible, definitely. All right, let's go to Rhonda and Pat. So apparently
Oh
Pat,
God.
like I said, cuckoo, however rooster sound, however, he henpecked. So he called one of his friends, I can't think of his friend's name, to talk about the issues he's having with Rhonda. Right? I like Pat.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pat's a little he got a little how can I say this? How can I say it on YouTube? He got a little he still got a little blue pill going. You know what I'm saying? Pat, give me that. Anyway, so meet up with he whatever his friend's name is, he wants to have Rhonda meet him because Pat said he values his friend's relationship. He's known him for many, 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 many years, right? And so he said he trusts his friend and everything. And so here comes Rhonda. Hi, how are you? I said, fakety, fake, enters the building, right? So she's just team too much. She knows she's too much, but she's like too much. So they introduce and everything. And so why does Pat, though, say, hey, I talked to so-and-so and, let them know what's going on in a relationship. Wanda's face drops. The hi out the window. Now she's looking at him like, wait till these cameras stop rolling. Don't she look like she's going to pop up beside the head? So then, she's like, I don't know why you would say that. But the trip is Pat's friend talking to Pat as if, you shouldn't be saying that, bro. This is BS. And the F. I'm like, where's the bro code here? How are you going to get down on me? So, Pat, everyone henpecks you in your life? Because this couldn't be my friend sitting here telling me that I'm out of line, this and that. And I'm telling you what's going on in the relationship. And then you, like, on my wife's side, you co-signing for her, and then you low-key cussing me out. Now Rhonda is upset. She got to leave the table. She crying. She talking to production, talking about Pat's friend only known me for 30 minutes, and he understands. I'm like, what? Is this the Twilight Zone? What's happening here?
Boy, if as soon as his friend first started talking, I would have choked on my jaw. Wait, whoa.
Right.
Meet me in the bathroom. What's going on here? What's going
Right.
on here? You trying to get Rhonda? Are you trying to get Rhonda? You don't know Rhonda. How you gonna listen to her? It's the same person that when she talking, God forbid if you relate to her at all, you be like, oh yeah, when I was at Starbucks, oh, I got this type of drink. Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Why are you talking when I'm talking about my drink? You're invalidating how I felt about the drink. Like, this lady is crazy. Ain't do nothing wrong. Pat ain't do nothing wrong. This girl, you can't have a conversation with her. She don't know how to have a conversation. She just want to talk. But she says she want to have a conversation. But she don't understand the word conversation. It's two people.
Right. She dropping F-bombs. His friend dropping F-bomb all at Pat. I'm like, no. What? No. Bro, listen, this friend, Pat, you think this is your friend? Now, this one of the friends that were like, take your girl, or you know what I'm saying, like the vice versa. Like he was really on. I just didn't appreciate that at all. Sharon said, Pat intelligent. I think he goes along to get along. Okay, sure. His friend did him no favor.
At
None.
all.
None. I was too through with that. I'm like, boy, I can't wait. I'm tired.
Boy,
I'm tired. Of Rhonda.
When I talk about soon dinner would have ended, soon as I would have got my car, your phone would have been ringing. Like, what's that? What was that? Please tell me. Like, what you my friend, and you come over here co-signing. How you gonna co-sign Rhonda? You don't know Rhonda. You only know
Right.
Rhonda because of me. You met Rhonda for
Crazy.
30 minutes. How do you know that I'm the problem? You the one been married a couple times too.
Crazy. Cynthia says, I don't like Rhonda. She's a grumpy granny. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. To wrap it up, Will and Brittany. So I guess it's a precursor of what's going to happen this Thursday for decision day and reunion. So Brittany is like, she got the Bambi doe eyes telling Will, I'm here. I love you. She's professing her love to him. He said the way he said I love you too was just like saying it just to be saying it, just to get off me. Like get
I was
off me.
happy for them when they was on the little platoon boat, and he's like, "Oh, I love you too." I was like,
I didn't believe that.
"Understand
I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that. Because if he did, he would have acknowledged her feelings and the love at the retreat when she was snotting and crying in the bathroom. He did none of that. So now you're going to wait till anyway. Well, the preview is Will goes to his house. He probably sped off too, like, and then we see Brittany getting ready for decision day for the final yes or no. And Will's dressed, and then we see a phone call Brittany gets, and Will calls to say he's gonna say no. It's a second in Married at First Sight history to say no. We had never seen nobody call to say no. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but I'm like, who does this?
Why did you pre-tell her no and still planned it on showing up? Like, I
Right.
felt like I would have called and told you no. I'm like, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't coming. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. It was real. I guess I'll see you at the reunion. I'm sorry I strung you along. Click. You gonna call her in advance a couple of
Right.
hours. Just want to let you know I'm gonna tell you no. See you later.
Right.
Bring the cuckoo for the
That to
caca.
me,
Caca.
that's probably not a rooster, but that's what I'm trying to sound like. Okay.
Right.
But that was trash to me. Trash. Low
Garbaggio. That
blow.
was that. That was low. That was low.
Low.
God don't bless no mess, Will. That was messed up.
That was not cool. Like, nah.
And then you played like the whole time you were leaving, it sounded like it was a yes, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Even
Right.
from a man perspective, I'm like, okay, they really gonna make this happen. I can't believe it. I told you he just needed somebody that was gonna calm down. And I thought he got there, but the whole time, then he was just with her family.
Yeah,
I just
celebrate your
Lord.
birthday. Yeah. And her family too. Your mom and then
Her
her family.
family was cool. Her
Yeah.
family was cool, but
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that. That's when I knew he ain't like her. Because I feel like when you like somebody, you gonna ask their family about them, especially once they wander off, start talking to their cousins. Okay, mama. So, I've been with your daughter for a couple weeks now. She cried every other second. Is this normal? What can I do to get this crying to stop? Can you talk to her?
Mm-hmm. Cynthia says Brittany is desperate and cries too much. She is desperate, and she
She
does
gon'
cry
she
too
she'll
much.
she'll cry a man off real quick. Ain't no man gonna stay
But
long.
but that deserved a cry because that was trash. That was a low blow. That was uncalled for, Will. And let's say on decision day he does change his mind some kind of way, then she should say no because you can't trust that. You can't trust it because he broke your heart. He never really committed to you through the whole process. So if this whole thing, if she was going to say yes, she definitely should say no after that phone call. Because what else would you be holding on for?
And you should never try to, first of all, the experts should know. You don't never, If somebody say they don't love you or they don't want to be with you once, you don't try to convince them to come back.
No.
No. He said what he said. If he wanted to be with her, he would have wanted to be with her. He could have tried to make he could have tried to make this work. Yeah, I hope they not go try to coach him and to no, don't be trying to
Yeah,
bring
I
y'all
don't like it
numbers
when they
up to
do that.
not to the ninth couple.
Yeah,
No,
I don't like it
that's
when they
not
do that.
right.
Yeah,
That's
they do
not
that
right.
too much. They do that every season to try to convince somebody, knowing
Ain't gonna lie.
it's not gonna last. You
Will better
actions
watch out.
truly speak louder than words, whether they're positive or negative. People say what they say and they mean what they say, whether they're mad or not. If you say it, you 9 times out of 10 meant it. Now you could go back and say you didn't mean it. You meant it. You meant it.
But Will better watch out because she give me Angela Bassett a thin line between love and hate vibes.
Oh,
Like,
the Jasmine Show says key sweat level begging.
yeah. When I guarantee she slid down that bathroom. What? Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Like, I
but
know she
I
did.
would have been, because if she thought she feels she's ready to be married, I think she wants to be married. I have said ready. She has too much
You ain't
baggage,
ready to be
emotional
no
baggage for
girlfriend,
something.
let
She's
alone
not
no wife.
ready. She's not ready. And she also said that her relationships never went past 3 months with anybody.
You ain't went past 3 months now. You ready for a lifetime?
Right. With
See,
anybody.
but that's why I feel like all people need friends of the opposite sex. Just
Yeah.
somebody to give you that baby. I'm sorry. You ready for a relationship? You ain't never made it to the 6 month mark. You ain't never got to celebrate on Facebook. Happy 6 months. Like I ain't trying to be funny, but
I
you
mean,
ready to get married, and then you get ready. You ready? Not only you ready to get married, you ready to get married to a stranger, and you
yeah.
still boohoo crying every other week.
That's Belynda
Everybody
too.
keeps leaving me. I have a problem with when I feel like people's gonna leave. What you got a problem for? I ain't got no problem. When you ready to leave, oh, you ready to go? Bye.
Right. That's all there. Honestly, when you are secure with yourself, no matter male or female, when you're secure with yourself, if someone says that to you, you want to buy, you have to be gone. You have
Like
to.
it's a zillion people in this world. I know I can get at
Absolutely.
least one more. I know I can get at least one more.
Absolutely.
I don't really want you to go, but I don't want you to be nowhere you don't want to be. Save your pity. I don't want to be nobody pity husband, boyfriend. No, do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was episodes 8 through 12 in a nutshell. This Thursday is, excuse me, the 20th. This Thursday, finale and reunion. Like I said, I'll probably be live on Sunday after around this time for everybody. So I don't know if anybody's working late or whatever, but
I just want to know why. What's up, Megan and bro? Why did you, why? Just say y'all wanted to show y'all got money. Cause why did y'all go buy Escalade? Y'all got one kid.
well, Megan to me has to fit a certain standard by her family and her family business anyways. So I wasn't surprised at that, but I just think they
But you
just
go
got
get you could have got what? I mean, you got the big Escalade. They got the small. That
I
didn't
know.
make no sense. Y'all ain't had. But I understand that y'all both said he wanted 3 kids. This is also a person that ain't had one kid. He ain't even got a dog. He is about to be in for a rude awakening.
He
Y'all
is.
both about to be in for a rude awakening. First of all, she already a lot to deal with before the hormones. It's about to be the worst 9 months of his life. I guarantee it, by the time this baby come out, he gonna have a bald spot, a big one. That hair gonna be all the way back here. Cause she gonna
Well,
stress him out.
we'll find out Thursday because, like I said, the baby is going to be, if she had a healthy pregnancy, which I hope she did, is about to be a year old because this was filmed in February 24. So
Oh, I think on the reunion they gonna do what they always been doing. They gonna fake it on front of the camera, and then it's gonna go private and dark, and it's gonna be somebody that ain't got nothing to do, and we're gonna find out on Reddit the truth.
we
We
go.
already know how this is because we
I
already
do.
know.
I
We
do.
already know this is fake. This
I
is fake. Everything about them. This faker than Josh and Jayln.
All right, to wrap up the last comment, Sharon, you say Brittany isn't ready, too needy. Well, Will was always reassuring her, even when he said he liked her. She kept questioning it. Absolutely. So, All right, y'all.
Mhm.
Well, I'm ready for the. I'm ready. I'm gonna be watching it the same day this time. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the finale. So, and I don't think
All right.
I'll be surprised with anybody because everybody's faking the funk anyway. So I think
I
I don't
guess
know.
I think it's gonna be Pat and Rhonda gonna say yes. Then they gonna be divorced by the time the reunion start.
Absolutely, if they do, because that's a
But
firm.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm be fast forwarding all the way through decision day. I ain't got time. I don't need the flashbacks. Come on, come on. Well, who's saying what?
Okay, that's a good idea. I should just skip that. No, I want to hear what Brittany and Will has to say
Oh yeah,
because
I'm gonna watch that part, but I don't want to see. They be adding that fluff in. Them get ready. I don't care. I want to see if Brittany gonna slide down that wall though.
oh, that's not funny for real, Brittany. Let me
Yeah,
stop.
I mess with you, Brittany. Po baby.
Poor baby, poor baby. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good
Good
night.
night.